It was really very nostalgic actually for me, because when I drove in here this morning I realised it was almost 40 years ago that I first came into this building and saw this iconic donut, the one that's behind me there now, that wonderful wall there which says Television Centre on the side. I'd been working in regional television in the West Country, and I was coming up to London to be a news reporter for BBC Television News, and I still remember driving into what we all know affectionately as the Horseshoe here in front, driving up to the front, going into that building that was absolutely vibrant and alive and the very centre of everything that meant BBC television to the people of Great Britain, and thinking, I'm this little West Country mouse and I'm going to work for the greatest broadcasting organisation in the world in this very building.
It's really daunting, isn't it? It's almost like the first day at big school, isn't it, when you turn up and drive into TV Centre for the first time. It's impossible, I'm sure, but do you have any particular highlights from your working days there?
Well, my working days here, I mean, first of all, I was a news reporter, and of course the troubles in Northern Ireland were at their height, and we spent an awful lot of time, all of the reporters at Television News, going backwards and forwards to Northern Ireland. We had the oil crisis at that time, and I spent, I think, nearly 2 months in Northern Europe working on that. Lots of different news stories that I was involved in, but then, of course, they asked me in the late 1970s to become a news reader, and yes, there were outstanding stories. I covered the death of Ari Neve when he was blown up by a bomb in the car park at Parliament. The Jonestown massacre was one of mine. I announced when Pope John Paul became Pope, we were live on air, and I was able to say there for the very first time, we've got our first sighting of the man who will be Pope John Paul. And I was also, though, I heard in that report there from Nick that he was talking about the lighter things that we did. It was also me that announced to the world who killed JR, so there was light and shade. There was light and shade in everything that we did in television news.